Yes, sir, man. We back. Four Quarters Podcast. Got your boy D Hump, and of course,
Your boy Smitty, man. What's up with the good people out there, man?
yes, sir, man. Smitty, man. So, man, let's jump right into it. A lot of good basketball this weekend. We went to a really good game. You know, GWOC is again heating up. We're about the halfway season mark,
Yes,
and
sir.
this week was crazy because we were talking about last podcast. We had Wayne that was again on this crash course for Northmont. Wayne is obviously leading the GWOC. They've been dominant the whole year. And then you got a Northmont that's quietly creeping up and was on a 7-game win streak. We was at that game, of course, man. So maybe give us some insight to break down, how that game played out, who won, and just maybe give your insight on that game in general.
So yeah, we like you said, we went to the Wayne versus Northmont game at Northmont. Good atmosphere for what was at stake. Both teams on a high, 7-game win streak. And man, the score really doesn't dictate the game. I think we ended up winning 49-40, but this easily should have been a 30 point victory. At one point in the game, we were up 17, but I'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, it was started off in zone. Northmont. Now that we got to put eyes on Northmont, and this is no disrespect, but I really didn't see a lot from Northmont. I didn't see a lot. Now, granted, I don't know if it was a bad night for him, but I didn't see a lot offensively. Wayne came out in the zone, and I mean they just didn't have the shooters. They had one kid, number 5. I think maybe he hit one or two threes,
Yeah.
but for the most part, they just I can't really describe it. Like, I mean, you was there, you could kind of give a little bit of insight as well, but I just didn't see a lot from Northmont. Now, granted, hats off to them because I mean, clearly they started off 0-3, won 7 straight, lost to us, and then turned around the next day and got a victory. So they're off to a good start, but I don't know how to explain it. I just didn't see a lot from them.
I'll say this about Northmont, then I'll let you flow a little bit. The problem with Northmont is pretty much what you just said. It was not an exaggeration when you said they don't have any shooters. They got the one kid to hit the 1-3, number 5. But outside of that, you got countless missed free throws. You got no jump shooters. And I'm going to be real, that zone did give them problems. I do like their inside game. I do like their athletes. They got some guys that can get up. They got some guys that don't mind getting to the rim. But again, you don't have any shooters. You don't have a point guard that could just break the team down anytime he wants and put pressure on your defense. So when you're playing a team like Wayne, it's a tough one. And like you said, I don't think the score did it justice. I think Wayne probably should have won 20 to 30 points on an easy night.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say the game went back and forth, but Wayne really just didn't put the foot on the gas. So at one point, like I said, the game was kind of just low energy. Sante comes in, gets a quick 5 points, hits a layup, then comes down. Next play, hit a 3. They go up 10. This starts they run. They go up 17, and I just gotta address the elephant in the room. Like I said, I done seen it all year. A few of the fans that watch the pod kind of been asking me about it, but it's this thing to where we get up 10 points and coach want to stall, and the stall ball, he has 3 players lined up at right by half court, and they're just dribbling, and then they end up throwing the ball to the next one when they get a 5 count. And at this point they're up 17 and they stalled, and I mean, at this point you're basically getting your players double teamed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's already points in the game to where I feel like our guards dribble the ball way too much. You know what I'm saying? Some more than others. And along with the stall ball, it's like when you up against these teams, man, you gotta put your foot on their neck. If you're up 17, you got to go up 30. I mean, there's no point in going up 17 and then stop playing basketball. I mean, this isn't football. You don't get the ball with 6 minutes left in the game and you hold it until 2 seconds left on the play clock and then you run. Like, you can't do that with basketball. With basketball, you got to keep this shit moving because shit like that comes to bite you in the ass when you play these good teams, because that pressure, that stalling, it's not going to matter. That pressure is going to get it to the point that where all they're going to do is keep creating turnover after turnover after turnover, and you done lost your groove, and you was just up 17 points. Now, granted, I don't feel like we've played enough good teams to where that could bite us, but I've seen our leads shrink because of this method of basketball. And I'm telling you, as good as we play, as unselfish as we play at times, that is going to be the killer against these good teams. You got to punch these teams in the mouth. I don't understand the take, you know what I'm saying, take your foot off their neck, because let's be real. You got a hungry team, 17 points with 8 minutes left. That's nothing.
On basketball.
And I mean, if you really good enough and you hungry enough, you could turn around and win by 10,
Right.
being down. So it's
Fact.
kind of like, keep that grimy mentality through the whole game. Like, the point, there's no point in taking the gas off these cats. I mean, granted, you up 50 points, that's one thing. Being up 10 to 15 points isn't time to stall.
Right.
It's not snowball. I mean, I give you the last minute of the quarter, but I can't. I don't understand 6 7 minutes left in a quarter, and you want to stall, and you up 10 to 15 points. It makes no sense, and it's just not good coaching. It's not
Right.
good coaching.
You know what would make more sense if you're going to have a lead like that and you're up 7, 8 minutes, you almost would play your regular ball, but only take a shot when it's a good shot. If you're open or you get to the lane, there should be rules there to where, hey, we're going to play conservatively, but we're only going to take good shots. To your point, when you sit that far up at half court and you just get pressured, it created turnovers. It created a lot of anxiety and a lot of erratic play. And what turned into a 17, 20-point game, let's just be real. If Northmont starts to hit free throws, if Northmont had any shooters, this is a whole different conversation that we're
Totally
having
different
right now.
game.
They
Totally
lost
different
by
game.
9, and let's just be real. They lost by 9, but a lot of those points that extended that lead where Northmont was in the penalty and Wayne is hitting free throws, right?
For
They
sure.
have to foul, so now you're getting good buckets. You're now getting free buckets. You're earning them at the line, but this 49 to 40 score is a little deceiving. And again, to your point, being out there, being that conservative, and there was a fan that talked about, well, at this point, you're not playing to win, you're playing not to lose. And that mentality right there will always put you, in jeopardy of getting a loss. And again, Northmont just wasn't equipped for this. They just
No, for
weren't equipped
sure.
to beat Wayne, right? Maybe next game we'll see. I did see some flashes of things there, but hey, eight games out of 10, I got Wayne winning this series, right? But if you continue to play with that mentality, like you're saying, man, it's just not good. You're going to put yourself in jeopardy. And they almost did. This 49 to 40-point win does not tell us exactly how that game unfolded. It looks good on
No, for
paper,
sure.
but it was a lot closer towards the end, and it didn't have to be. And that's the frustrating part.
Yeah, because those flashes that you talking about, they're only coming from turnovers. Now they in the flow. You start seeing them go down low to Chisholm. Chisholm played played good down the stretch. Number
Yeah, he did.
11 got a dunk. I mean, so like you said, there was a few bright pieces, but again, if this team has one shooter and they make free throws, you probably looking at a different game while being up 17 points. When they went up 17, I'm sitting here like, oh, this game is over. Like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of was like when we played Centerville, but it was different because we just straight jumped on Centerville. With them, it was like we kept keeping them around, and then it's like boom, and then finally when you get that lead, it's like all right. Then you
Yeah,
like damn, and then now they're starting to play. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Granted, 3-4 more minutes of that game.
Well, and here's another thing. Here's
You know what
another
I'm
thing.
saying?
The coach's job is to win the game, right? That's his job. His job is to develop players and win games. To the coach's credit, that's what he did. But being on the sideline and hearing the chatter from the fans and kind of just seeing their reaction, it's an eyesore to be a part of when you're playing like that. Again, if you got 1 minute, 2 minutes left, let's hold the ball. That's strategic. But 7, 8 minutes left in the game, and we're playing like that. We're watching them get turnovers. We're watching the other team climb back. You can kind of hear it from the stands like everybody's unhappy. It's kind of a bad brand of basketball. So, listen, man, it's hard to talk too much about a team that is on the streak that you guys are on right now.
No, for sure.
It's hard to talk about a team that's leading the GWOC, that is having a 9-1 record, on an 8-game winning streak, right? Again, at the end of the day, y'all are cooking. Wayne is cooking. But at the same time, I think what we're really trying to talk about right now is that, hey, we're looking at the future. Here in
Oh,
a
for
minute,
sure.
you're going to go against better teams. Here in a minute,
That
you're going
third
to try to
season.
make 100%. You're going to try to make a state run. You're going to try to make a deep playoff run. And you're just seeing a couple things that flash like, hey, we ain't going to play Northmont every week.
For
So what are
sure.
we doing, to improve some of these things? Because I did see some things that were concerning last week. I do agree with you on that.
No, for sure. Because when you got to think when you got that many people at the top of the key, I mean you're asking for a turnover
For
because
sure.
it's not that hard to trap. One, it's not that hard to trap. You know what I'm saying? And two, like you said, you uncomfortable, you're fidgety, and you're just trying to get the ball out the way, and it's creating turnovers.
And they
Like
bringing pressure.
and like you said, open shots, open layups, good shots. That's all we want to take when we up. But just holding the ball, not attacking. Like there was times
Getting
where you would
attacked.
see a kid be open and he dribbling the ball back and he's
Right.
throwing it out. And it's like,
Right.
fam, that's a layup. That's a short little midi. And it's like, okay, I understand why you did it because of the coach, but it's kind of like the momentum shifts in games happen like the drop of a dime. You know what I'm saying? A team could go on a nice little 5-10 run and be back in the game just like that. And like you
Right.
said, they've been playing good basketball, but now we're looking at the future. Like you said, we're already one part of the season down. We're going into the back end of the season. You know what I'm saying? And then
Mm-hmm.
after that, we're going into the playoffs. Now, granted, like you said, you're not going to see the deeper you go in the playoffs, the better the team you should see. Now, granted, sometimes you play the games, you have upsets, but for the most part, when you're playing these good teams, these are things you can't have. These are
For sure.
things you can't have, man. But
For
again,
sure.
man, hats off to Wayne, like you said, nine
100%.
and one, 8-game win streak. Tomorrow, hopefully, we get this. We gonna get this revenge win against Fairmont at home, and we trying to control the number one seed in this GWOC, and hopefully get this number one seed in the tournament, and may the chips fall where they may, man.
For sure. For sure. Let's look at man, kind of an uncomfortable conversation. But, just to transition a little bit, we got Springfield that lost again and is on a 4-game skid. Again, you got a team that's got scores, you got a team that has talent. 4 games in a row, Smith, to, some teams that they should have beat, just getting beat by Beaver Creek. No disrespect to Beaver Creek. They're trending right now. They got a kid, I believe his name is Jack Haskins, that has emerged as the third leading scorer in all of GWOC at 17 and a half points. So, not trying to, act like Beaver Creek is a slouch, but again, the field's on a 4-game losing streak right now. And it's just kind of like, what's going on over there? You know what I mean?
Well, I hate to do this, but that was Beaver Creek's first GWOC win.
Does that make it better?
I looked at the box scores. The three guys for Springfield that always come to play, they came to play. I, I don't want to make this a kick Springfield back in show because I mean we kind of been rough on them the last few pods, but it's just trouble in paradise in Springfield, man. I can't really. I ain't gonna say I can't. I really don't want to speak too much on it. It's kind of like a broken record, but yeah, it's just trouble in paradise in Springfield. They started off hot, lost four straight, 2-5 in the GWalk, lost to a team that was 0-5 in the GWalk. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's just a lot of from the top to the bottom. It's just problems in Springfield. I mean, I just can't even blame it on the coaching at this point. It got to be the coaching, the locker room, the team morale, the team chemistry, the culture. It's just all these things wrapped in one. Um, I honestly feel like two of those four losses should have been easy wins for Springfield. I'm sorry, Kenton Ridge. I'm sorry, Beaver Creek, but I just feel like those are two wins that Springfield should have. Um, Losing to us and Fairmont aren't too far fetched. Probably two games that probably could have went either way, but those are two losses I can respect. I can't respect the Kenton Ridge loss, and I can't respect the Beaver Creek loss. No disrespect to those clubs. It's just, I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah, and I think we're not trying to take anything away from those teams. They earned it. You know, you get a win, you earn it. Nobody gave it to you. But at the same time, we're seeing a Springfield team that's underperforming, and I think everybody at this point is just trying to figure out why, how, what's going on, what can we do to turn it around. Obviously, we got the second half of the season coming up, but the trajectory doesn't look so good right now. So, you know, for the Springfield guys out there, man, you know, hopefully you turned around. Good luck to you for the rest of your season. Obviously, we're going to be watching, but we don't like to see, you know, a 4-game skid like that for sure. So let's talk about the game of the week, in my opinion. You know, obviously Wayne versus Northmont was a huge game. But I think just in terms of jam-packed talent, you know, back and forth action, you know, Centerville versus St. Ignatius was an exciting game. I was definitely glad to be there, be a part of that game. A lot of talent on both sides. I'm starting to see Centerville trend up a little bit. St. Iggy has a lot of talent. Smiz, before I dive in and give you my opinion on that game, man, you know, what did you see from St. Ignatius versus Centerville this weekend?
Before we get into that game, I just want to say, man, I'm really, really nervous about this second matchup with Centerville.
That's definitely a
And I'm
topic of
gonna tell you
conversation.
why. Me and you've been talking about this the last few weeks, and Centerville, Wayne's definitely trending, but Centerville is trending as well. And I gotta go back to that schedule, man. I have to go back to that schedule. Looking at Centerville's record, they're 8-3. Granted, they lose to us, they lose to St. Ignatius, and their third loss was to Wyoming. We play Wyoming this Saturday at Flying to the Hoop, but it was like from the Centerville I seen versus Wayne to the Centerville I seen versus St. Ignatius was two different ball clubs, man. And Centerville is already a tough match. Centerville at home is even tougher. And Centerville's playing good basketball. Now to dive into this game, I didn't know what to expect out of St. Ignatius. We you know, just off the eye test, we kind of pointed out one of the stars for St. Ignatius. Number two, I want to say I don't remember his name. Going to Akron, we heard. But one of my guys, shout out Day, he was at the game and he told me that they had a stud in number three, which we'll definitely get to. about him. And they had a big with that he talked about, but he didn't really show a lot. But this was a good game, man. It was back and forth a lot. Number 21 for Centerville. I'm sorry, you guys, about the names. I don't got the names, but 21 for
Got
Centerville played a hell of a game, man. He was aggressive. Um,
His name is
Centerville played tough.
Ty Rohr.
Roar,
Ty Rohr, yeah.
Ty Roar. Shout out to that young man. He played a hell of a game. Before before the game started, you started saying, "Hey, man, if 21, puts the ball on the floor and kind of looks to attack, they might have a pretty good chance because he's a good ball player." I want to say the first 3 or 4 possessions, I either think he got an and one or he went to the basket strong. And I looked at you like, man, it might be a long night. But this was definitely a good back and forth game, all game. My only gripe about this game, and no disrespect to anybody when I say this, but Centerville was down three. I don't know, maybe what, under 10 seconds left, you want to say?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Cubs drew a beautiful play to the younger Sam. He was wide open, and
Julian.
he just missed the shot, Julian Sam. And I kind of was kind of puzzled, and a few of the cats that was sitting by us kind of was like, no offense to Julian Sam, no disrespect when I say this, but it was kind of, we was kind of puzzled on why he took the last shot. Granted, he was wide open, perfect look. I mean, you couldn't
Right.
ask for a better look,
Butt naked.
but it was like just through the flow of the game, he didn't hit a lot of threes. I think he was one for something. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, at that time, I kind of thought it was Big Bruh's shot to take to, like, for that situation in that game. I kind of felt like their best shooter should have shot that shot. And to me, I feel like Trey Sam's their best shooter, and he didn't get that look.
Well, what's interesting to your point is Julian Sam was 1 for 6 from the 3-point line. He hit one. 1 for 6
So one
is
for five before that last shot, basically.
1 for 5 before that last shot.
Gotcha.
So to your point, there was nothing that indicated that we need to design a play for him to take the shot. He was already missing a lot. He hit one, but you got his brother Trey Sam, who's a better shooter, hit 1 for 2. You got Miles Houston went 1 for 3. Spencer Maxwell went 1 for 2. So it was kind of like, a little confusing, to play devil's advocate. He was wide open and he stepped
Bro.
into it.
No, for sure. That was you couldn't draw up a better play. You couldn't ask for a better shot. And regardless of him being 1 for 5 before that, you kind of like I could live with that miss. I mean, because it was perfect. I mean, it was just a perfect play. It was a perfect play. Just the shot didn't go down. With Saint Ignatius, between number 2 and number 3, you got number 2. He getting to the Baja. He shifty. He doing what he want to do. And number 3 is just shooting the shit out the ball. Don't leave him open. Like, there was a few times to where he was open and he missed, and I was just like, if I was the coach and he would have made that, whoever blew that assignment would have been coming out the game, because
Right.
there was no way in hell number 3 should have been open anytime during that game. He came out just hitting everything. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I'm
was lights
saying?
out.
Like, I want to say, was he a lefty too?
Nah, he was a right-handed guy,
Okay,
but
but
he
he was
was a
hitting
shooter.
everything, bro.
Yeah,
He
he
was
was a
hitting everything. And I was just like, damn, like, I mean, seriously?
right.
So Saint Ignatius, I seen in the I don't know what they are in Max Prep. I mean, you could probably look that up while I'm talking. But I know in the All Ohio Prep rankings that we seen today, they had Saint Ignatius at 3, and we haven't seen everybody play, but that's not a bad assessment from what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? I can't really go against it. I can't say they should be higher, but 3 is not bad from what I've seen.
So as of right now, and this is the trouble with Max Preps, and we could talk about this another time, but right now they got Mason at number 4, and they got St. Ignatius at number 7. And this is no disrespect to Mason at all. I got a lot of respect for that team. I love Bryson Johnson, the point guard. But let me tell you something, St. Ignatius got more talent on this little finger than what Mason got going on. And I don't mean no disrespect, but these rankings are a little skewed to be
That's
honest.
I'm sorry, but while we here, we might as well tap into that a little bit. Mason argument, man. For me, for us, we seen Mason. They got beat by a very good Northridge team, which I think Northridge is D3 or
Mm-hmm.
D4.
Yeah, I think they're 4.
No, again, like I said, no knock for Northridge, but the way Northridge handled Mason, I don't see how Mason is a top 10 team in the state of Ohio, Division
Right.
1.
Right. I mean,
And this is no knock on Northridge at
no.
all, because
You just
Northridge is
watching.
talented as hell, but
Yeah.
they've been ranked top 10 all year, bro.
You're just watching basketball. You're just watching the players, watching the basketball. And again, Mason, mad respect. Keep doing your thing. Keep winning. But, the rankings is a little funny. Because I'm telling you, we watched the St. Ignatius team. Now, this kid you keep talking about that got to the bucket a lot for St. Ignatius is a 6'6" guard named Roy Jones who's going to Akron. He can shoot. He wants to get to the bucket. He can't, he really is not trying to shoot a 3. If he's open, he'll shoot it, but he can't wait to get to the bucket and get a dunk off
And he
or
finishing.
finish through contact. He was very tough. And you made a statement earlier. You said, when you pointed out that why did we set up Julian Sam to take that last shot? No disrespect to the young freshman guy. He's about 6'7", 6'8", promising future. But why did Centerville set him up and not Trey? Smids, I'm going to answer your question. Roy Jones was on Trey Sam so crazy. I mean,
No,
not
for
letting
sure.
him get daylight, man.
You right.
And this is not a knock on Trey because I really love Trey's game. I shouted Trey out early in the season. I think he's one of the best shooters in the state. I love his game. But Roy was tenacious. Trey is smooth. He's laid back. Roy not like that. Roy
No.
trying to get up close and personal and
Trench baby,
physical.
man.
Let's just be honest. That's what it is.
Trench baby.
He trying to get physical. 9 times out of 10, we roll that tape back. Trey is not open. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. I mean, he was on Julian for a hot little. He was on him a few times when they switched up and
Right.
and
He
took
got a
his
couple
candy. He
steals.
got called for a foul once or twice, but like you said, he aggressive. He in your face.
Plays both sides of the ball.
And you are right. Like you said, I can't remember where he was at on that last play,
Me either.
but 9 times out of 10, he probably was face guarding Trey. And honestly, just knowing the history of St. Ignatius, because again, we went to the state game when they played Centerville a few years ago. They definitely have a good coaching staff.
Man.
So 9 times out of 10, that coach already had the scouting report on Trey, and I guarantee he made sure that he wasn't going to be the person to get that last shot.
You said that earlier when we were watching Roy Jones match up against Trey, and I remember pointing it out. I'm like, bro, he is all over him. Like, it was personal. And you was like, hey, they got the scouting report. There's no mystery that they know Trey Sam is a shooter. So they're putting their best player, their best defender on this kid, and he's not getting no daylight. And again, I think Trey ended up finishing with, let me look it up real quick. I think he ended up finishing with like 11 points. He didn't have a bad game, but, nothing to call home about. The thing about Trey Sam, and I'll move on real quick about this kid, and this is Centerville in a nutshell. This was my beef with Centerville against Wayne. This is my beef with Centerville pretty much this whole season right now. Trey Sam is a guy that just loves the 3-point shot. He loves a three, and he loves a clean look. If Trey made up his mind moving forward with this season to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to shoot threes if I'm open, but I'm really looking to be a player, and I'm really looking to get to the cup. Trey's about 6'3", 6'4". He's not skinny. He can literally put the ball on the floor, bump you, finish with contact. We seen last Saturday that he was able to hit a couple jump shots. So it ain't just a three-point. He's got a mid-range game. He's leaving about 8 to 10 points a game on the table.
You know who he kind of reminds me of? He kind of has a Devin Booker game. You know what I'm saying? Just not exactly like Booker, but like you said, that smooth uh jumper, you know what I'm saying? Nice little
Right,
midi, nice little
right.
three. Now, granted, we don't know if he got the dribble, but you know, Booker got that as well. But as far as his smoothness and his jumper, because his jumper's pretty too. You know what I'm saying? We seen verse us, there was a few shots that he hit, you know, he kind of bumped, little fade, somebody in
Yeah.
his face. He just shot his lights out.
He
So
got
you
game.
definitely see them glimpses to where he could really, really turn it up, but
He
we
can
don't
turn
see
it
him put the
up.
ball on the ground enough.
Right. You're talking about somebody that's averaging 13, 14 points a game, and he's married to the jumper. With a frame like that, and again, he doesn't have the craziest handle, but he can handle the ball. You haven't really seen anybody take the ball from him, right? To me, it's a mindset. It's a mindset that says, I'm going to go to the cup, or I'm going to be aggressive towards the rim. And again, you're talking about a 13, 14 a night guy that potentially turns into a 23, 24, 25 point a night guy. And think about the pressure he puts on your defense in terms of foul trouble and the fact that he's a lights out free throw shooter. So again, that is Centerville in a nutshell. And that's what I mentioned in the beginning with the Ty Rohrcat, number 21 for Centerville, who ended up with 18 points, probably the best game of his season. Centerville has guards that can put it on the floor, but there is a decision that they are making to say, hey, oh, you bumped me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my dribble. Oh, you cut me off. Let me go ahead and change my course. You don't really see them want to fight through the contact. And that to me is, if they don't fix that, in my opinion, they're going to struggle against Wayne. They're going to struggle against every good team that they play that says, hey, I came here to play defense. I'm up on you. I'm not running the zone. I'm in your face. I'm very physical. That is their Achilles heel real quick. Let me go back to St. Ignatius just real quick before we move on. I just want to shout out this the other guy you talked about, the shooter. His name is Alex Mack. He's a 6'4" shooting guard sophomore. This kid for St. Iggy's,
Sophomore,
or excuse me, senior. My
I'm
apologies.
about to say, oh, what?
Yeah, no, we're in trouble. Yeah, everybody's in trouble if he's a sophomore. No. So there's two kids I want to shout out. I want to shout out the Alex Mack kid because this is what's interesting about him. Now, we've seen so many kids like him that are shooters, right? We've seen these guys forever. But when you watch him play the game, he actually has a bag. He put it on the floor, in and out, tween game, little
No, he
hezzy.
just wasn't late. He just wasn't sitting around that 3-point line. He
No, he
definitely
was
was
not.
trying to get to it.
Let's not be confused. He's not a sit around the three and wait to get. No. He got a bag on him. He'd cross you up, pull that thing on you. He was tough. And then there's a kid to really look out for the future. His name is Carlos Vaughn. He's a wing. He's a 6'5"
25.
sophomore, number
Number
25.
25. Yeah,
But
man. Yeah, man.
when this guy puts it together, yo, look out. Saint
For sure.
Ignatius is not missing a beat. This
I
guy's no
forgot
threat.
about him. I'm definitely glad you remember him. Definitely. He definitely was, you could tell he gonna be a cooker. You could tell he
Body type, everything,
he in his internship right now, but
right?
next
And
year he definitely should be over that stove,
right,
man.
right. And he pulled a couple of deep threes that we didn't see coming. I'm like, oh my. Had a little
No, for
pick that
sure.
game.
For
Hey,
sure. You
listen.
definitely seen some glimpse of greatness from that young man for sure. Definitely
No doubt.
somebody we should keep an eye out on here in the years
You
to come.
must. You must. His name is Carlos Vaughn Jr. So look out for this kid. He's 6'5" sophomore. Might mess around and grow again. Got the body type very similar to what's his name? Keontae from Northridge.
You want to know who he kind of reminded me of though? Um, what's boy's name from New York, man? Um, he got traded from Toronto.
Who's he play for now?
He plays for the Knicks. Dark
Trey?
dark skinned cat with the fro. Damn, what is his name?
Not really ringing a bell. I don't watch a lot of NBA
Obi
either.
Obi
Oh, you talking about Obi?
is
Obi's
that
Obi's like a small forward, power forward type cat. That's
I'm
Sneak's
saying his
man.
build though. That was kind of like his
Yeah,
build, kind of like his game for real, for
yeah,
real.
that's Sneak's guy.
Nah, that's but yeah, man, that was a good game, man. That was definitely a good game to check out. And again, man, like I said, Centerville, Wayne, I'm if I'm gonna just call it now. I feel like that's going to be these teams are probably going. That's going to be who wins the GWOC. That game right there. Who you know what I'm saying, or a tie. You know what I'm saying. But that's going to be the GWOC champs. I don't see Northmont beating Wayne again. I mean I don't see Fairmont beating Wayne again. I don't see nobody in the GWOC really giving Wayne a run for their money, but Centerville at this point.
Two things. This is what's making it interesting for me. Wayne's going to come out, play defense. They're going to pressure you. That can be a problem for Centerville, because Centerville's guards don't like to turn the corner, don't like to put the ball on the floor. They proved against St. Ignatius that they got better. This is where Centerville is starting to trend a little bit,
Right.
because they start to put the ball on the floor. Trey Sam, even though I want him to put the ball on the floor, desperately want him to put the ball on the floor for Centerville's sake, for his sake, he had a hell of a player that was guarding him this past week that put lots of pressure. He's bigger than Trey. He was rougher than Trey. Not saying that Trey couldn't get around it, but he didn't. So I give Centerville a slight edge that they're starting to want to get to the bucket, but they're going to have to against a team like Wayne that's going to play aggressive. Now, here's what worries me about Wayne real quick, okay? What makes me a little bit uncomfortable about Wayne. Wayne is still unproven in the sense where they only have one ball handler, and that's Chivers. When he's out the game, okay, or when he's not able to handle the ball, they have another ball handler, which is Isaiah, but he's only looking to score. And at different times in the game, that was another reason Northmont came back, is the ball is not flowing. And you're bringing the ball up court, which he does nicely. He's not getting ripped. He's really good at using his body, but he's bringing the ball with the intent to find his own shot. So you got one point guard that is a true point guard, is one of the best point guards in the area. You got another ball handler who really is only looking to get his shot, which sometimes is a team killer. And then there's no one else that is really looking to play that point guard position. You had a couple guys come off the bench. You had a couple guys that started, I believe, that when they get the ball and that pressure's on, they're not very strong with the ball. They're very antsy. You know, they make some very poor decisions. So that worries me a little bit in this next matchup versus Centerville. As Centerville's starting to trend up, are you going to be able to contend with a team that's got multiple ball handlers? Granted, they're a little afraid to go to the bucket, but
Right.
compared to the ball handlers that you guys got. So again, you guys are going to have to stay hot, which you guys can. You got a great defense there. All I can say is this is going to be an exciting, exciting game. Whether you're a GWOC fan, whether you're a friend from Northern Ohio, whether you another divisions fan, if you're a basketball fan, when these guys match up again, I'm telling you, man, you might want to pull up. Is that Centerville?
Yeah.
You might want to pull up to Centerville to see a fantastic game of two teams that are on fire right now.
Matter of fact, it's I want to say the 27th,
Oh
January
man.
27th.
Oh my. So
But
yeah.
nah, man, you right. Playing more unselfish and just giving the ball up. I mean, granted, Northmont they I want to say they ran a boxing one on KP. Him coming off that 29 point game. and he got his looks, but that's another thing that makes this team a team is where it's like your scouting. It's kind of hard to scout a team to where you don't know who going to explode
Right.
each night. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now with I'll use Springfield as an example. If I'm on the scouting report for Springfield, I know Sherrod, EJ, and Charles. I gotta stop these three because it's clearly they could score. When you look at Wayne, it's kind of like, oh, okay. Now, granted, Northmont seen KP have a 29-point night, so it's like, oh yeah, we need to guard him. But then you go back to I forget what game, you got Shivers scoring 23. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
then
true.
you go to, another game and you might have Thompson score, Zay scores 17, 18. So it's
True.
like
Very
you
good point.
can't really just be like, hey, that we're gonna stop that guy. But back to your point, like you said, the dribbling, the air out the ball, it definitely it's not a good look. And
That's not your style of basketball.
teams are gonna teams are gonna see that, you know what I'm saying, and teams are gonna try to use that to their advantage. I mean,
That's
it's
very anti-Wayne basketball.
for
What's
sure.
making y'all successful and what's making y'all so dangerous, making y'all 9-1 is the ball moving around, the scoring being distributed. That's the game. That's
No,
y'all
for sure.
game. Defense, team scoring. That's what makes y'all great. It's a new man every night. One guy's on Sports Center for doing something spectacular. Another guy scores 30 points. Shiver scores 23. That's y'all's game. If y'all stick to that game plan right there and play that to perfection, very hard to beat for anybody.
No, for sure. Um, Flying to the hoop this weekend, man. Um, Starts Friday, ends on Monday. We got a lot of area teams that's playing, and we also got a lot of big time matchups. Um, could you pull up a few? Could you pull up the schedule and just
Yeah.
name the games that caught art that's going to catch our interest? I
No,
should
well,
say.
no doubt, man. There's no shortage of amazing games. I'm looking at this coming Friday. I mean, just to kick things off, you got Spire Academy, who's the #1 team in Division I basketball versus Reynoldsburg. Right out the gates, you got a banger. Um, Wyoming versus Wayne the next day. Lima Senior versus Brunswick. If you guys haven't seen Lima Senior yet, man, please check those guys out, man. Crazy guard action. You got a team from Utah playing St. Iggy. Southeastern Prep Florida squad versus Lutheran East. Dylan Ziegler, one of my favorite players in the entire state. Fishers, Indiana versus Centerville. Man, again, going back to Centerville, they got a schedule over there. Sunday, St. Vincent St. Mary's versus Moeller. Upper Arlington versus Alter. If you're in the Dayton area, you want to see some good basketball, definitely check out Alter. Them boys can get after it. Good games everywhere, man. I'm very excited to see. You got Northridge in action. You're going to see Keontae, Dynamite
Tri
sophomore.
Village.
Yeah. Listen, you got Tri Village in Indian Hill. Listen, boy, if you ain't seen Tri Village, you in for a nice little treat because them boys get to it, man. And they talking that cash the whole way. So, man, I'm excited, man. I'm going to be there pretty much every day this whole week. I'm gonna try to make it out Monday at least for the Tri Village game
Yeah,
against
that
Indian Hill.
Northridge and what is that? How do you pronounce that? Margetti?
Looks like Margaretta.
Margaretta. That should be a good game. I want to say I think Margaretta's number 1 or 2 in whatever division they in. But
Okay.
that should be a good game. I'm kind of salty I'm gonna miss that game for real, for real. And I ain't gonna be able to watch it neither. So um yeah, man. We're gonna have a weekend full of basketball. I know we're gonna have to bust out the notebooks. I mean, probably just gonna have to grab a program because we ain't gonna be able to keep up with all these players.
Yeah.
But this week, man, Wayne, we got Fairmont tomorrow. We got what, Miamisburg Thursday. We got Wyoming Saturday. So 3 games this weekend on our end, and then we got hella games to cover. So pretty much this weekend it'll be a heavy weekend of basketball. I want to say there's a another classic in Columbus, and that's going to be jam packed with a lot of talent. I think I seen Springfield versus Marysville. Somebody hit me up. My cousin Maurice, shout out Maurice. He hit me up and told me that Marysville got a young stud there. I don't know if he's a sophomore or a junior, but he said he's pretty good. So from what I'm hearing, that Springfield Marysville game should be a good matchup. I know they play Saturday as well. I don't know a lot of the teams that's playing. I uploaded it up on our page, but that should be three days of good basketball up in Central Ohio as well. Friday, Saturday.
For sure. I want to say this too. We're going to have our own player rankings, our own team rankings come out. And this is just based on the teams that we've seen, right? We've covered a lot of ground this year. Obviously the GWOC, St. We watched Mason, we watched Northridge, watched a lot of good basketball this year. And then obviously we're going to go to Flying in the Hoop next week and this weekend to see even more incredible basketball. So we're going to have some rankings that are 4-quarter specific that come out this week. Because listen, man, I'm seeing some of these rankings out here, and I'm not mad at these guys. It's an opinion, it's what you think. But the teams that I've seen and some of these rankings that are coming out, I think it needs a little 4-quarter love. Would you agree, Smiz?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And as well as players out there like this podcast is basically like an eye test. Like we really don't like speaking on players and teams that we actually haven't seen for ourselves. So
Right. Right.
again, if there's some players out there, if there's some teams out there that we need to go check out, just add us, man, and let us know. Hey, you heard about this guy? Come check this guy out.
For sure.
Granted, my flexibility ain't as good as my man's because again, like I said, my son he plays at Wayne, he a senior, so I'm at every Wayne game. My man kind of got a little bit more flexibility, so if
I
he's
could be there.
able to, he'll come check out, the guys that need to be checked out. But
Sure.
just bear with us, man. We appreciate all the love we get. And again, we just started this because we just love high school basketball and high school football. We really didn't have no expectations for it. It's just organic. We love the organic love. But yeah, just stick with us, man. I know there's some studs out there that we just haven't laid eyes on, and hopefully we'll get there. If they're young enough, we'll definitely get there next year. Yeah, man, just keep showing us that love. Keep engaging with us. Spread the word, like, follow, share. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep this thing going, man. But we definitely need that four quarters flavor in these rankings, man.
Definitely.
Oh man, it's kind of
Yeah.
tough, man. It's kind of tough to watch. Like I said, I hate to. One of the names that just keep sticking out like a sore thumb. Again, no disrespect, man. Is Mason, man. I keep seeing Mason, and like from what I seen versus Northridge, it's like I still don't see top 10. D1. D1 though. Like
Mm-mm.
I kind of if it would have been another I don't even really see
You can't
D2
do
if I
that.
could
You
even
can't
yeah,
do
I'm about
that.
to say I don't even see if
Yeah,
I
you
could
can't
do
say that.
D2
Because
like
we done seen D2, D3,
and D3.
D4,
Yeah,
D6.
D6.
Hey,
So it's like
no,
yeah, I
no.
can't like I
Mm-mm.
need to see more with Mason. Like when I see
Right.
Mason, I see Johnson. Like when I think of Mason, it's like all right, and then it's like where's
Right.
Peoples at? Where's running
Unless
mates at?
somebody was hurt, unless somebody was hurt that we didn't get to see, I don't know what's going on
And
over
they
there,
ain't
man.
moving. They're not moving from that 3 to 6
My
spot. They're
God.
not moving, bruh. They've been there preseason to mid season. So we'll probably shake it up. Like you said, man, a lot of this is our eye test. A lot of all the stuff that we talk about is eye test. It's us pulling up to these games, seeing these kids and seeing these teams with our own eyes.
For
I'm
sure.
not going off nobody's, eye test. Now, granted, I definitely got to give a big shout out to United Through Hoops
They on their
because
game.
when they had their rankings, that had you check out Alter and Trotwood, that had us go check out Tri Village, that had us go check out Dunbar. So they gave us looks of teams that we walked away from like, hey, these guys know their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
Respect.
definitely tip my hat to United Through Hoops as far as rankings. And granted, theirs was just Dayton area, but still, they were head on.
Right.
I mean, they were spot on. So,
Yeah, they
yeah,
were.
man, it's time to throw some flavor in there, man. And I got something special for y'all, man. I got Smitty's mid-season cookers for y'all. Well, we got 4 quarters uh cookers for y'all, mid-season cookers for y'all. So a lot of the guys out there that probably, want to get some love, just stay tuned, man. You might be
So,
surprised your name might be on that list as well.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Smiz, man. Another great episode, man. Very excited about this good weekend. Good luck to Wayne this week.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good luck to every team this week. Obviously, there's always going to be a winner and a loser, but we want everybody to
Springfield, get us
show up.
one, please.
Yes, sir.
Springfield, can we get one? Stop the bleeding, man. Stop the bleeding.
For sure. For sure. Until next time, guys, man. 4 Quarters Podcast. We out of here. Yes, sir.
You already know.